Shut up and sit down.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Third Shift. You're listening to episode 19. As usual, I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Eric, and with me is my co-host and great friend, Mr. Matt. How's it going this week, buddy?
It's great, friend. Always fabulous time for Third Shift.
I thought you were Alex. What?
By this postage meter, fell off back of truck.
I promise, no problem.
Oh, inside jokes. But it's been a good week for me. Mostly just been playing Battleborn like nonstop all the time. As soon as I get home, I play some Battleborn, and then I go eat dinner, and then it's like dark, and I go to sleep. But I did finish up the Thrallfall Catalog Challenge. I got everybody's 85 Ops Point skins for Atticus and the Thrall Rebellion, starting up the grind for Toby's Friendship Raid just a couple days ago. How about you? How's your week going?
Oh, man, pretty much the same. Up here in old Michigan, the world is getting cold and the nights come quick.
Yep.
So you get home and you're like, I'm going to go outside and do something. No, I'm not, because it's dark and cold and I think I should probably go to bed. So it's been a whole bunch of that, a little bit of gaming here and there. As you said, got in a whole bunch of chunks on Toby's Friendship Raid. So look at as you are grinding out those character skins, except for I probably won't do all of them. I always do my, 10, 15 favorites, and then casually, if I feel like it, I'll get some more. But beyond that, not too much, man. It's been a pretty casual week, gearing up for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of Thanksgiving, boys and girls, we will not have an episode next week because it is Thanksgiving. So instead, we will, in theory, possibly, maybe, not promising, have a deep dive that's going to come out on a Wednesday.
Oh, spoiler alert. Jeez, come on.
So that way, if you guys so wish to, listen in on a little bit of something from us over here at Third Shift to get you through your last day before you have all the yummy turkey, ham, whatever the heck it is you guys enjoy, guys and gals enjoy out there.
Before you go and have all your family drama, spend some time with, your second family, your Third Shift family.
Oh, so sweet.
Oh, we love you guys.
So anywho, back to the usual. Mr. Matt, what do we got?
See, I was going to say we won't have a regular episode next week, but we will have a Talented Tuesday, just like we did this week. This week's artistic muse was your favorite, your boy Benedict.
He is my favorite.
And it was all three of us. We all three jumped in on it. I had fun. I know Danny did a pretty good one.
Know.
And I like how you amalgamated both of our suggestions for you. We're like, oh, where's Eric's art at? And I said, he's probably just going to do Benedict in a trash can. And then Danny went, he's probably just going to do an M in the sky and say that's Benedict. And then boom, you fused them together expertly.
Boom, put it together, made it work. I put Benedict right where he belongs. It was awesome. I enjoyed it.
No.
Oh, yeah. I got a kick out of it. I spent a little bit of time on that cool little rocket launcher, and that's all you needed. Life was good.
Yeah, you did do a pretty good job on that. And the bricks with the building, too. I was impressed.
That took some time. Kind of annoying, actually. I was supposed to get to work, so I spent like 15 minutes getting paid to draw dumb little bricks on a piece of paper. So,
man, nice work if you can get it.
Well, yeah. It ended up counting towards my lunch, so if you're listening, any employees out there, you're not getting me today,
None of them listen to this. I was either going to do Benedict with the tried my best tombstone and him going, I told you so. And then I was like, I would have to draw way too much Benedict with him standing by a tombstone. How about a tried my best IPA? Boom, done. Now I just have to draw his head and like his shoulders a little bit.
Which was funny because you and Danny had that same head pose going on. I was like, awesome.
I will say, at least in my defense, I loaded up the game and I had his character model where he's just looking off with the rocket. I tried to draw that specifically. So it was similar but slightly different. But yeah, even she commented on that. She was like, oh my God, if Eric has the same pose, I'm just going to crack up laughing.
Yeah. And I considered have his rotting dead head hanging out of the trash can lid in the same pose as your guys's. But I said, man, I'm already running late. I don't have time to do that.
Can't cut into your lunch by 30
exactly.
minutes.
Then it's just a terrible day. Oh gosh, but they were pretty awesome. I was very much impressed with all of them, and I was hoping to see Danny's on the stream or something, because that's a legit one and deserves to have.
Well, you saying mine's not legit? Come on, man.
Neither one of ours is legit, man. I hate to break it to you, but as some of our listeners have said, they look like 8th grade renditions of characters at best. So,
Thanks, Jozos.
Yeah, Jozos.
You broke my heart,
I know.
man.
I'll never forget. It's like a cut right on the heart. It's just there, right at the surface. It bleeds every time. Man.
But next week shouldn't be any characters in garbage cans, because Danny says we're doing D'Andy this week.
Yeah.
Or next week. What, this week, next week, whatever.
I've got an idea for her, too.
So it should be fun, do you?
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to incorporate it all yet, but I've got an idea what I want to do.
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, well, I do have like one Player X style idea, but that's not happening.
That's immediately a bad idea.
Yeah, no, I know.
In case you didn't know. Okay, all right.
A few days ago, they released some shift codes for Golden Keys and Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. We'll have those down in the show notes. I retweeted them out from the show account. And speaking of shift codes...
What?
During the Bird Hunt Let's Play that they did today as we're recording this, so Thursday... they released Ernest's Cyberskin. So I actually stepped my game up. Instead of taking a picture of the screen with my crappy cell phone and tweeting that out, I actually grabbed a proper screen cap on my computer, posted it up. It's on the Twitter. It's going to be in the show notes. It's all over the place. So
we're moving on up, man. We are starting
right.
to be like all the big dogs out there and getting them screen captures, putting up them codes. Oh, gee, it's amazing. I feel so good.
Pretty soon we'll have like pro tip videos. It'll be like Mental Mars running around here. Cool intro graphics with like actual voice actors saying our names. No, that's never gonna happen.
No, that's not gonna happen. We're a podcast, Maps.
I'm sorry.
We're second class citizens, so
a man can dream.
Get used to your place here, you son of a gun. You ain't moving on in the world.
I'm sorry.
You're staying here with me.
No, I'm moving out solo. I'm getting out of here.
I'm getting out of this world, man.
You and your dark, dirty basement.
It ain't dirty. It's just dark. What do you want from me?
Oh, man.
Goodness.
So what else happened this week, Eric?
Well, it's not so much as well, it is. It is what happened this week. And I can't be positive it happened this week, but either way, it was pointed out in today's stream, and I also noticed it this last weekend. Mm-hmm. The 5-man story modes have been nerfed to 3-man story modes.
Yeah.
This wasn't announced, and this wasn't in any battle plan. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if it was posted on Reddit or somewhere, but I know it wasn't posted on Twitter, Facebook, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it leads me to believe it's kind of a ninja nerf, and I just thought everybody should be aware of it, and I would ask Gearbox as to why the heck they did it. I mean, the obvious answer is that the population of the game is down, so therefore they thought by making it a 3-man, it would ease up on matchmaking, but it matchmakes you with whoever's available anyway.
Exactly. Once you get a group together, it'll time out looking for those 4th and 5th people. So you'll run with 3 or 2 or 1. I mean, you and I have done it a million times. And it's not like they had a problem scaling it to 5 people, because the matches scale fine with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't really know where this would have come from. Like you said, we don't have any word from anybody on it. I honestly can't think of like a good reason why it would have happened.
Well, I told you when I mentioned it to you the first time that I thought maybe it was when they released Toby, because I think it happened when they released Toby's Friendship Raid.
No, yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
And so I'm thinking, well, maybe that was a glitch. Maybe something happened in there in the programming, and it turned the story modes into the same thing as the ops modes. So I'm not sure. I've got to know. They got to be aware of it. There's no way they're not.
I say, but regardless, even if it is a glitch, I mean, you know they have to know it. So you think it would have been like, tweet out, oh, hey, we're aware of this thing that's happening that's weird.
Yeah.
Here, we're working on it. We're fixing it. But I haven't seen anything. I didn't look in like the comments in the Battleplan threads or anything, because I know that's where a lot of people pop that stuff up. So maybe it's been talked about in there.
Possibly. But either way, even if it's been talked about in just the forum section, it should be officially announced.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people are clueless, because I can't go through every single forum and comment to find an answer to every single question. It's impossible. Mm-hmm. So I would say to you, Gearbox, what is the dealio, my friends? Why did we make this decision? Is it a glitch, or was this purposely done to ease the game, or et cetera, et cetera?
Who knows? Maybe we'll hear about it.
Mayhaps. We'll see. Probably not, because I'm considering it's probably going to be the weekend. Everybody's going to take off to vacations.
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Now, another thing from last week, they had released the concept art for Beatrix, and the concept art showed her without one side of her arm. And I remember you mentioning that she had some crazy big syringe arm that you'd heard about, and I was like, Eric's just talking about, whatever, he's talking out of his ass. Like usual, he's making up things. Oh, she's got a lizard tail that shoots flames, and she flies through space and devours the worlds.
You just haven't seen her yet. I've seen her in the stars, man. She's there. She's going to find us someday.
But you were right about one thing, is that she does have a big crazy syringe arm, and we've seen it in a chibi form from an artist, Sung Kim. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that entirely correctly, but he tweeted out a chibi art form drawing of her with a big crazy syringe arm and then a chibi art of all the Battleborn around the Battleborn logo. So if you haven't seen that, check out the Twitter. Definitely check out his Twitter, because he tweets out all kinds of cool art and stuff all the time. But it was definitely something cool when it popped up in the feed.
Mm-hmm. I'm just sad that I'm not sad, because we've already got tons of stuff to do, and I'm still behind in all sorts of things. But she does look super awesome. So I am a little bit sad that I just can't immediately play her. That greedy part of me just...
So now you're that guy. I
am.
Every time they tweet something, you're going to be like,
No.
Where's Beatrix? Where is she? Where is she? I want to play her. Where is she?
That will never be me.
But in your heart, you're that
heart,
guy.
In my heart, I want to play her.
Terrible.
She looks awesome, man.
No, yeah, she definitely does.
I can't wait to get a hold of them debuffs and stuff. It's going to be great. I can't wait to learn more about her.
Mm-hmm.
But we did have a ton of fun anyways. Like I said, there's all sorts of crap going on, and this last weekend was Battleborn Day.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you play? What happened, man? Anything go on?
I did play a little bit. Well, you and I played all night Friday night, but it didn't really count because we were drinking a bunch of beers and smashing through the friendship raid. But then we actually got, and I tweeted out about this, we actually got the whole third shift crew together for the first time in, over a month and a half.
Oh, at least, yeah.
All three of us actually rolling deep.
Did a couple PvP matches. We did a couple story matches, and that was when I had to go. So
I was gonna say I really wish we could have gotten more playtime in, but I had to go work pretty much from, like I said, from 2 to 10 that whole day. So I missed a giant chunk of it. And then by the time I came back from work, everyone was gone or doing their own thing. So we got a little bit of time in. We got totally destroyed in an incursion match by Kid Ultra with his stun bolas, just stunning everyone and everything.
Number 9 skill, that stinking stun. Holy cow.
There was a huge debate going on in the Twitch chat for the stream today about that too. But he was just all over us, man. It was nuts.
Well, I'm in the nerf camp because I'm going to be this little crybaby here for a second. If you're going to get rid of Galt's stun, then Kid Ultra shouldn't have a stun either. I mean, if you're going for the stuns or OP, we need to get rid of them. Hey, well, get rid of old Kid Ultras, because holy mackerels, man, that thing was wicked.
And especially as people were saying, he's got the other augment that lets his bola bounce off the environment and hit you. So he doesn't even have to hit you with his stun to hit you with a stun. He can just throw the bola at your feet, and it will...
In your general direction, it'll hit you.
Plus, he's got the one that turns it into 3 bolas. And I don't know if they all stun, but at least one of them has a very high likelihood of hitting you and stunning you.
But be that as may, we got in there, we did some rounds, we had some fun, got beat up by some people, and I came back on a little bit later. I think I did another story mode or two, and then I popped back off. And, as they stated already, the numbers were definitely up. I mean, the matches were just insta-queuing, and all the comments I heard all over the place were pretty positive that they had a blast that day and had a ton of fun.
Yeah, literally everyone on Twitter said it was amazing. They were having a blast playing with all these new players. I think in the stream they announced it was the highest peak user count since August and the highest number of unique users since October. So definitely good numbers, and it seemed like everyone was having a blast. I mean, I had a blast even when we were losing, because getting to play together with the team and having big, fun, crazy matches. Can't beat that.
It was talked about a little bit in the comments, and I was kind of agreeing with it. all the things were set up for all of us players who are already in Battleborn to have a fantastic time, and that's exactly what we did. And the whole thing was to try to get, new people to come in and have a ton of fun.
Yeah.
But I can't help but feel that maybe it was a missed opportunity in not doing something like Overwatch does, and has, in fact, in this upcoming weekend, a free weekend.
Yeah.
Mental Mars did say it in the stream today, and I had to laugh because that's exactly what we had talked about earlier, and others on the forums have talked about. But it might have been a great idea to make the game free to play that weekend and have the Battleborn Day go all weekend long and just get anybody and everybody in there to just have a blast. And then they would have seen how much fun the game is, how different it is from its competition, and quote fingers there.
Yeah.
And then, get players on board.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially with the emphasis of, it was kind of one of the core tenets of Battleborn Day was, hey, let's help out new players. Let's teach people the game. Let's have them learn about the game. So if it was, a nice, big free weekend there, you will actually have people learning the game and having people specifically there to teach people the game versus just, if you do a free weekend some other time, and I mean, not like people won't be there willing to show people the ropes anyway, but it would have been the perfect time to just have both things come in, and then new players are like, oh wow, look how quickly I'm getting stuff. Look at all these cool characters I can play, and everything just popping right off the bat. I definitely agree it was kind of a missed opportunity. As fun as it was.
My question, though, is, we've heard that Randy Pitchford already stated that the game's not going to go free to play per se, but they're got something in the works for like a free to play with certain characters and or levels, some kind of barred entry level free to play system. So maybe the reason they didn't do it is because it's going to kind of conflict with that. They want to get all their ducks in a row, get everything prepped up, and then release this barred free to play entry with all sorts of lights and whistles and all sorts of things so they can capture as many people at once as they can. And if they'd have done like a free to play weekend this last weekend, people might have came. Some people might have had a blast and came in, but some others might not and just left. And maybe they just want to go one full frontal assault, trying to get a huge second coming, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because if you get that like slight bump up now, then the people who don't, want to buy the game and stick around when it goes free to play, they'll be like, oh yeah, I played that already a while ago. I got my fill, or it's not really for me or whatever. Versus, all right, now it's free to play now, or the free to play model that they're talking about. Now everybody's just jumping in all at once. Get that giant influx instead of like two little gradual upswings, just one big spike.
And then retain a percentage of that, and then profits come about, and the world looks promising and good. And
then, like you said, have all the incentives there for the free players to continue on or like incrementally get chunks of the game.
Discounted pricing, sales, all sorts of things lined up. Basically just a second big grab at, getting the player base up and going.
Yeah, makes sense.
So there you go. What do you guys think? Do you think that was a missed opportunity? Did you not care? Just had a freaking blast anyway? Because ultimately, hey, that's what I did.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's what about 95% of people are going to say. I had a great time. I had fun. Like I said, literally everyone on Twitter who, all the usual suspects all said it was amazing. It was the best time they've ever had in Battleborn too. So definitely worked for the existing audience. I don't know how much of a new audience they curried with that one.
And in the vein of being amazing, we went ahead and, as you said, played the whole crap out of Toby's Friendship Raid.
Oh, yes.
Friday night. And I don't know, was it amazing? The drinks kind of were a little hazy. I had a hazy memory.
Well, but even before the drinks, in case nobody saw the tweets, teamwork does make the dream work. Because we were talking about last week, we did 2 missions before we started the podcast, 2 runs through. We found one of the secret shards, and we found that secret area. And we're like, all right, we're going to find it this time. Then not even like 12 full hours later, Mental Mars goes, here's all the things, guys. That's where they are. And you and I went, oh, man, what should we do? We got to do one last run through. We got to. You got to. And you had the day off because of Veterans Day, so you ran through once, and you're like, I found another one. I found it. We met at lunch, and you're like, here it is. It's over here. You got to look and do the thing. You got to go up in this hidey hole and do. And I went, all right, I'm going to give it one more. I got home. And I found the first one. You found the second, and then we found the third. So, boom, we did it all on our own. Swear to God, nobody's going to believe us because Mental Mars' video had been out for like 8 hours. But I promise, you and me, we freaking did it. Third Shift did it.
That's right. With our powers combined, we found it ourselves.
We're like the Captain Planet and or Voltron of Battleborn.
I'm
going Voltron. Yes, exactly.
See, great minds think alike. Jeez. However, as amazing as we are, you know, and I will pat my own shoulder and you can pat yours.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We and no one else that I know of has found the Borderlands clue yet.
Yeah.
I feel like people have forgotten that each of these story ops is going to have a Borderlands clue in it.
I feel that way too, but in the stream, Mental Mars was like, hey, I've got another Easter eggs video coming out pretty soon. And I was like, has he got it? Or is it just, you know, hey, maybe it's this in the Thrall Rebellion, you know, like he's done a couple times. Or is this maybe an Easter egg? I don't really think so, but what do you guys think? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm hoping that it's still out there.
No, we need it.
And like I told you over lunch, that room being up there by that third shard, being completely empty, makes no sense whatsoever.
No,
None
there's
at all.
something in that room because the dang door opens up and all that. Or does it open up? You know,
it doesn't open up, but it's just a room that goes off the map. Like I said, I'm wondering if it's maybe, like you said, a hidden switch, or if there's some kind of like speed run. You got to get all three and then get up in there, do some kind of crazy trick.
At a certain time, and then the screen opens. Or I can't help but notice that door is open, though. There's that enemy door, or whatever you want to call it.
A little spawn door.
Point, basically.
Yeah.
There's got to be something there. It's got to be.
And there's a giant screen right there, like huge. And there are huge screens throughout the whole level, but it's right there in this empty room with nothing in it. There's something has to come out of that damn door or come up on that screen.
Well, Scooter's going to come out of that door. Scooter's going to come out of that door.
With one arm and go, oh my God, y'all, hey.
I'm still around.
Maybe. Hopefully. There's got to be something in there.
No, you know what it is? He's going to be restructured. He's going to be like a robot Scooter. They're going to have found his body parts floating in the space and reconstructed them.
Maybe he's Magna Carta. They based Magna Carta off of his personality. There you go.
There it is. That was Magna Carta.
And when none of the other Magnuses could catch a ride through the system, that's when they all went nuts.
They all went bonkers. They
Boom.
didn't have it.
Mental Mars, make a video on that. There's a theory for you.
God bless. So
what else about the friendship raid do you think? Did you enjoy? I got a couple things noted down here.
I think, as we stated, the story just kept getting better and better. I really, of course, I'm partial to her. You know, the Phoebe storyline.
Oh yeah,
and that was fantastic. I don't want to spoil a bunch, just in case people haven't really played through yet and want to get a nice virgin experience out of it. But her storyline is, you know, playing up Phoebe. She's the leader. You know, she's the LLC out to make a profit, and her whole game in this was just taunting him and how inadequate he is, and how he's just doing a terrible job at like trying to take over Solus. And I just got a freaking kick out of that whole thing.
Yeah, I loved the all the Pendles interactions, and especially Isaac's pen pal storyline just had me cracking up the whole time.
And then there was Pendle's whole shtick. That was a really good one. Oh, I don't think I've ever killed anybody of your species before, Toby. Oh, can't we just keep it that way? Or why? No, he said, "Why start now?"
I like the, hey, I'll double your fee. Hey, do you have the money? Yeah, I do. Well, I'll kill you and take it. Oh, well, how about I triple your fee? Do you have the money? No. Well, then I'm going to kill you anyway. Oh,
that is not good.
Damn it.
So ultimately, I thought, yes, the stories, they definitely got better and better and better, and some of them were my favorites, you know, obviously in between there, but all in all, definitely thought that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I definitely had fun with it. A couple notes as far as just the way it was put together. I really liked that Nova actually gave you updates on the side ops, the side objectives. If you start doing it wrong, she'll be like, hey, go kill the other, you know, if you have to kill Ronins with a melee attack, she'll be like, oh, you killed a Ronin but not with a melee attack. Get it together. And then when you did it right, she'd say, wow, you're so awesome. Look at how cool you are, versus just ops points awarded. Ba-doop-doop-doop. And off you go.
Yeah, the interaction in that was definitely cool, and it kind of gave her obviously more personality and brought her into the story as like a character instead of just an artificial intelligence reporting what the heck you're doing.
Although the one beef I did have with the side objectives was they seemed super easy this time around. Hey, kill an elite bot without getting stunned. Well, who gets stunned by those? They go in their shell for like 48 minutes before they even shoot the stun out.
Yeah. I'll give you that, but there's one tough one in there, that 30-second kill one.
Yeah, that one was tough.
I mean, every time we do that one, it's down to the wire before we get it. So, there's one or two toughies, but I do think all of them are pretty easy as long as you're paying attention. Yeah,
there's some of them like, hey, kill the Bone Crusher. Well, why wouldn't I kill it? Because it's jumping right in my face right now. I have no choice but to kill it. Certain little things like that. One other minor problem I had is the de-incentivation fields, the hallways you got to go down, the 3 hallways at the end that are shooting the beams at you. They're a little tough just on their own, which, is fine. But I had 2 problems with those. One, playing through it as Toby, there's one hallway where it shoots like low, medium, and high. And as Toby, you will get hit by all of those. Like, there's no way to avoid those. So I had to just like jump spam his little booster things to try and force my way down that hallway, getting hit the entire time, losing, half my life, standing in the shard rooms just to try and heal up. That was really frustrating. But pro tip from the pro Matt, which may not be true, because I looked it up on Reddit earlier, and someone was saying you can actually shoot the beams that shoot at you. Now, I'm not sure if that's true, but if that is true, then that's crazy. That's total game changer, like somebody on the thread was saying. Just sit there just shooting it and just plow your way through. I can't believe that's actually true.
I'm going to laugh. No way. There's no way, because I'm stupid. I'll admit it. If that's true, I'm stupid, because I never even thought to shoot him. I just said, oh, look, a dodging mechanic. Yeah. Cool. Didn't even cross my mind.
And I was like, this is really like a pain in the ass, because you have to like walk. You can't run through it or else you get hit by the other ones. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, so if it is true, then, you're welcome, world. And also that guy on Reddit who I don't remember.
Well, the guy who actually found it.
No, I told him. It's pro tip from the pro man.
We stole it, and we're telling you on the podcast. So.
No, shut up. Shut up. No.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
The one other problem I have with it is I don't know if it's on your game or not, but on mine, it'll usually shoot like lines out, and then the actual bolts will come.
They don't always come, though.
Okay, yeah. They don't always show up for me. So I'm just like walking. I'm like, oh, it's empty.
Yeah.
All the way back to the beginning. All right.
I noticed that. Like, it was 1 in every 4.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal, though, just because you can afford to get hit by one and it doesn't really hurt you that much.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's just annoying when you're coming out of the shard thing and you're like, where is it? Oh, that's where it was.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, when we were screwing around with both Benedicts, there's a ops mission in there where you've got to get a critical hit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Was it the Thrall Brute one?
No, it was a Bulwark bot.
A Bulwark bot? Okay, yeah. Sorry. On a Bulwark bot, one of the ops missions is to get a critical hit. Well, guess what? With Benedict, unless I'm completely wrong, you can't critical hit with him. Mm-mm. So we failed that ops mission, which wasn't a big deal at the time because, we were going to do 1,000 more anyway.
Yeah.
But just letting everybody out there know, Gearbox and all you listeners out there know that don't be double Benedicts if you want to get your full 100, because if you get that one, you are out of luck.
Yeah, because we were pogo jumping around trying to hit him with melee strikes and just getting blown the F up all over the place. I think we just had to give up because it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, it was. I don't think you can, because I was hitting him in the back and everything, trying to get a sweet spot, and it just wasn't working. And I know, speaking of sweet spots, you had a little issue with the boss, didn't you?
Like I told you guys a couple episodes ago, with Arya in the last story op, you could just circle strafe around her, like with a melee character, and she could never like target you to hit you. And I just wanted to mention that they totally fixed that with this boss, where if you run in as a melee and you're trying to circle around him, if you circle to his arc mine arm, he will punch you with it. If you circle towards his gun arm, he will shoot you with it. So they definitely got that part correct. But I think for ranged characters, like I just did it with Whiskey Foxtrot earlier, you can stand back far from him so he's just shooting out like the arc mine and the shot. And if you circle strafe around him from a distance, he can't hit you with anything. So it's just the ads that'll get you. So it's kind of like, it's weird. It's circle strafe problems with different bosses in different ways. I mean, it's not a major issue because you do have to keep on top of the ads and pay attention to the room and not get hit by stuff. But it just seemed too easy to me. I don't know.
It just might be a benefit of being ranged in this particular one too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a giant enemy in a big old mech suit. I mean, he's not gonna be able to just twitch maneuver all over the place shooting you. So, I mean, that kind of just might be part of it. And I think maybe to supplement that, that's why they had the ads. And then when he jumps up and does the laser beams all over the place, that was intended to be like the challenge part to keep you going.
And I do think that they actually stealth fixed Arya, because I've been playing, I played through Atticus, 100 more times, and I went through his Wrath to get my 85 ops point skin, and I tried to cheese her, and I couldn't anymore. She would do a little pushback and then spin around and hit you with her melee. So maybe someone was listening, and a little tiny patch in for Arya there.
And just fixed it up on the stealth mode, just like they did that 5-player.
That's right. It seems that way anyway.
Sneaky old Gearbox. What are you guys doing over there? Goodness.
But, even with my little nitpicks and stuff, like I said before, really love the story app. Love all the different stories. Love like we said, all the differences in the level, the verticality of it, running all around, fighting all the different looking thralls and everything. It's a great time. I love it.
And one last side note on that, and once again, this could be the beers talking, but I know one part of the story, he makes a joke that there's subtle differences to each ship.
Yeah.
So we had the idea that maybe one of the specific iterations of the story had the Borderlands clue in it, which everybody listening out there, that might be the thing. I don't know. However, are the different ships subtly different? I think they're the same. But when we're playing, I was having too much fun, wasn't really paying close attention. And now that I'm looking back, I can't say for sure whether there were subtle differences. I don't think there were any overt differences like they had showed in the that stock picture back in the day when they were previewing Toby's adventure. Because I would have noticed those kind of differences.
Yeah. But I know like the names on the ship when you first spawn in.
Yeah, the names
are different. Obviously the chest locations are different, but that was the same with Thrall Rebellion. I don't remember any like you said overt differences.
And I know that Thrall, well, not generate, but that Thrall writing was always in the same locations.
Yeah, same locations and same writing.
Which I will say this. Hey, if anybody speaks Thrall out there, could you go ahead and get a whole third shift before tomorrow night? So that way we can decipher the lettering and then pick up the clue and be famous and awesome and stuff.
I would love to know what it says in that corner with that number 10. And then again later in like almost like a big full paragraph. Come on. Help us out.
It's got to be something. There's no way you just put that in there and it's nothing.
Yeah.
Somebody knows Thrall. Somebody.
And in only those two spots.
Yeah.
Like it's like not all the way through the ship. It's those two frickin' spots. And around that display, it's got to be something to do with that computer because it's got the Thrall rating on the computer and it's not on there anywhere
you're right,
else.
It does. It's on that one computer and then it's on the floor in that room right there. Homework, everybody. Learn Thrall. Let us know.
And in that room, if you remember, there's a computer, and next to it, there's a wall with wires that do like some little sparky things.
Oh, yeah, I saw the sparky things, yeah.
And I look at that thing every time I go in there, and I go over and I mash every button, and I shoot in the corner, I use all my skills, and nothing happens. But it's those damn sparky things, it's got to be something. I don't
Maybe
know.
when you hit them just right. Maybe all the ones with the writing, because I think there are two. Maybe you got to break like those and then run to that stupid room that doesn't make any sense that's off the map there. And when you do that, it lights up something on the wall or brings something out. I don't know. Man, God bless. Might just have to stay up all night. You know what?
That's
gotta stay up all night. Just gonna have to figure it out.
I know. I got to go to work in the morning. I can't do that.
Oh, jeez. Work, schmark. Sleep at your desk.
But I don't have a desk. I can't sleep at my desk. I have to stand up by the stupid machine. Ugh.
Put your head on the machine and close your eyes.
I mean, that is basically what we do now anyway.
Exactly.
Anyway. But
that's
yeah.
not what you do. Any employees listening? You
Oh,
ain't got
gosh.
them this time.
No, we work hard. Hey, come on.
Better not be saying that, I'm telling you.
I like to enlist the thousands and millions of the third shift listeners to, check that stuff out. If you guys got any hints, throw them our way. We'd love to see them. We'd love to work with people to try and decipher it. We got to find it. We have to. Come on.
I hope so. I'm hoping tomorrow's the day that if Mental Mars doesn't ruin it for us. We find it.
He's got it queued up. As soon as I hear the third shift is actually getting close to anything, bloop, hey guys, look what I did.
Exactly. I know it.
No, that's what his video will be in the morning. He'll be like, here's how to read the Thrall language. Here's the whole alphabet.
My gosh. And then, by the way, I deciphered the code and showed you how it's done. Oh, God. Before the episode gets posted and everything, so we just look like lying charlatans. We totally were onto something. Oh, Mental Mars did it way before you had your show. Oh, man.
So what else are we talking about today, Eric? There's even more to do.
Well, you were mentioning something about the desert bus.
That's right.
What in the world?
It was, I think, last night. Was it Wednesday night or Tuesday?
No, it was last night.
It was Wednesday night?
Yep.
Yeah, Wednesday night, Mikey Newman was on the Desert Bus charity stream, and if anybody doesn't know what that is, people play the really crappy old Desert Bus game that was included on a Penn and Teller's like old Sega CD, unreleased Sega CD game. But it's this big ridiculous thing. AVGN did a video on that, so if you're interested in what the game is, go check that out. But they do a charity stream, I think it's once a year, right around this time, and they play this game like nonstop for as long as donations are coming in, and the donations help Child's Play charities. So again, you're helping kids. It's a good time. They get all kinds of guests on there. But yeah, Mikey was on there, and he had some, was it Gearbox or just Borderlands stuff?
Borderlands swag.
He had some Borderlands swag to auction off to people who were watching the stream, for donations and stuff. So that Desert Bus stream is, I believe it's supposed to be going on for they have to play for 151 hours and counting. So, I mean, they're going to be going for forever and ever. So I was just going to say, recommend everybody watch the Gearbox Twitters, see if anyone else from Gearbox is going to be on there, if they're going to have any other swag you might want to jump in on. But even without that, check out the stream. If you're having fun, if you want to donate, help out some kids. It's another great cause.
And last week, I mentioned to you guys that they had that little picture of Randy Pitchford hanging out with some gentlemen at Gearbox Quebec. And obviously at that time I hadn't done any homework and seen what the heck they've worked on, what they've done. Well, the reason why I hadn't seen anything they've done is because they haven't done anything yet. They were formed last year, and they've been working on an unnamed project since. Mm-hmm. And so all the picture was of course, was Randy's just over there, probably just checking up on what the heck they're doing, taking looks-sees at everything. So, yeah. There's nothing much to report except for that they're working on an unnamed project, and it's for Gearbox. What? Because it is Gearbox. No, I don't want to go into too much conjecture because, who the hell really knows? Yeah. But my opinion is that there's only two options: another Duke Nukem or Brothers in Arms.
Please, Brothers in Arms, please. Please.
I feel like it'll be a Brothers in Arms because we're just coming off of Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty, of course, and I feel like people, they're in the mood for this. They're always in the mood for it. First-person shooters and the war crap and this and that. I should say.
Everybody loves war crap, so go buy Brothers in Arms. Yeah, whatever.
Exactly. So it just makes sense that in that spirit that they would go ahead and put out another Brothers in Arms.
I've only played one of the games in the series. I played Hell's Highway on the 360 and a little bit of the DS game. Just I fell in love with Hell's Highway. That was just a great game. I loved everything about it. So if they are working on a new Brothers in Arms, I will be super excited, super pumped. I will buy it day one. That's all I got to say.
Well, we're both going to buy it day one. Anything Gearbox, man.
But I will buy it out of love, and you will buy it out of obligation.
Well, I might love it, though.
Well,
I
don't know. I don't know. Well, it's just war crap.
I was going to say I've never been a big fan of war crap, but, whatever. Well, I was going to say, too, I don't think it'll be the Duke Nukem, just because they just did the retro Duke Nukem. I think they're going to let people sit on a back burner for a while, just kind of, hey, that was a great game. Keep it in your head. And then after they're done with Borderlands 3, probably pop out a new, Duke Nukem at that point.
Plus, that seems more like an in-house property. Like, you would want total control of the Duke Nukem game. You want to have all your, A-list writers and designers and all that stuff in that, versus the Brothers in Arms or, some kind of like offshoot of one of those franchises. You could kind of farm out a little bit, to your... they are under the Gearbox umbrella.
I was going to say they are Gearbox.
But you know what I mean.
I do think it's a Brothers in Arms. However, we have no flipping clue. So, moving on. It was nothing. They have no named projects, and they have had no named projects. So, therefore, I wasn't in the dark.
Your homework amounted to nothing, though.
Yes.
All right. So, what's going on in the battle plan this week?
Thanksgiving, Matt. That's what's happening.
That's true.
They're saying Happy Turkey Day. And you know what we're going to do because it's Happy Turkey Day? We're going to have a special event called the Bird Hunting Weekend.
That's right.
And that entails what? I don't know. Probably some stupid feathered animals and then some hunters.
Well, see, they explained in the stream that, obviously everyone was like, oh, Pendles and Marquis are hunters. But they were like, well, they actually have bird-related items with them, too. So it's characters who are birds, and it's people who Marquis has as owls. Pendles has a bird skull on one of his commas. So it's total bird-related. So what this is, it's a special multiplayer mode with Benedict, Toby, Ernest, and Pendles and Marquis are your only choices for characters. Character uniqueness is turned off, so you could run with 5 Tobys if you want, 5 Marquises. Global chat's turned on. It's basically Chaos Rumble, but with only the bird people. And that's going to run from Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern, a few hours ago as we're recording this, through 11 a.m. Eastern on Monday. So all weekend long you can rock out with that. And bonus, if having fun wasn't enough, having those characters unlocked, playing around with any combination of them, you're going to get double XP, command and character XP if you're in that queue.
Oh, yeah. And on the Twitch stream, Varnell and Joe were going ahead and went around in there. Well, it was actually Joe just watching Randy play. And then everybody commenting about, of course, how Randy Varnell was, not performing totally great, right, I guess?
He wasn't really up to snuff. I think he was like 2-11 at one point. But
in his defense, he said that it's not that he wasn't playing good. He was doing the other gentleman on the other team a favor and getting him his Worthy of Song title. So,
man, what a good guy. I mean, co-opetition, Worthy of Song, those are hard to get. I've got them, but...
So do I, except it's glitched out, so I need to talk to Gearbox about going ahead and fixing that up for me.
Yeah, allegedly. Oh, sure.
Allegedly. It's on my screen, sucker. But it looks like fun.
What a giving guy! It was a Thanksgiving gift to all his friends. Get some hard to win titles. Watch me just totally embarrass myself on Quote Fingers live TV. Mm-hmm. It was a good time.
I'm just looking forward to getting in there and playing my favorite character, good old Benedict.
That's right.
Flying around. I'm just gonna fly. You know what? I thought about this, and I'm not even gonna shoot. I'm just gonna fly around the whole match, from perch to perch, just like a stupid turkey does.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll see if people can shoot me out of the sky and eat me up. That'll be fun. And for me, it's a win-win. I get to watch Benedict die over and over again.
So I'm not going to queue up with you when we're playing that, because if Gearbox can tell me how to find a way to matchmake with this guy so I'm on the opposite team, I would really greatly appreciate that.
You got to catch me, though, man. Turkeys are elusive.
That won't be a problem. Hey, I can fly too, buddy.
I don't know if you've ever been out turkey hunting, but those little sons of guns, they're not easy to get.
I've seen a turkey hop over my back fence before, so I know they're crazy.
That's right. So you can be on the opposite team, Matt, but you might not catch me because I'm hopping from perch to perch, gobble gobble turkey time.
You can tell we've crossed the 9 o'clock barrier.
Yeah, we've crossed that 9 o'clock barrier, boys and girls. We're losing it. But anyways,
bringing it back together.
Yeah, bringing it back for realsies. Let's get back on track.
Next up in the battle plan, we got hot fixes from a boy Boulder. Sadly, his level 10 augment, his axe mastery, they're tweaking that a little bit. Before, you could apparently do crazy, ridiculous amounts of damage. Now, no longer. Apparently, that crazy, ridiculous amount of damage was going on everything instead of just his primary axe attack as it was supposed to. Sorry, Boulder players. Maybe this is why people were having those problems with Boulder killing them like crazy, like total madmen.
That's exactly what I was going to say is I'll bet this was precisely what was going on, and they fixed it. So look at that. You actually have a valid complaint. You put it out there in a respectful fashion.
That's right.
And boom, it gets fixed. Won't happen all the time, but it does happen sometimes.
That's right.
So it's sad news for the Boulder players out there, but I still think he's a solid character and should have no problem on the battlefield. And we went on to the community spotlight with the boys and girls over at Gearbox announcing the only Tachyon, a.k.a. Tyler Medina. I guess he's a Battleborn streamer who's recently become a bit of a studio favorite at Gearbox. I haven't seen him at all, actually, so I'm very interested to go take a peek, see what he's all about, what he plays mostly, what he's up to, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Always good to hear about more, Battleborn community members. More people to spread the word, more people to get the good word out there. Like you said, I haven't seen any of his stuff, but I'll definitely check him out.
And we urge you guys to go check him out as well, because as Matt said, the more the merrier, and the more people that see this and get on board this awesome game, the better.
Yes, absolutely. Then what's up next? We got a tiny little, like, maybe smidgen of lore, right? Like, a couple sentences maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 sentences.
Oh, okay. That's okay. They gave us a big lore last time. Oh, look, no, it was like 18 paragraphs.
And it was 18 awesome paragraphs.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
I mean, this was the legit stuff. I know I was crying and whining last time. That it was kind of just like in a moment, and I was kind of confused as to what's actually going on. You got to kind of decipher it. This one was just straight up awesome. It was just DeAndy going in there and basically issuing orders and kind of placing people where they need to be and putting what's left of the Battleborn and people back together again.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like aftermath of right after they got Rendane down, what everyone was doing, what everyone needed to do at that point, what people wanted to do and didn't want to do. I definitely thought it was pretty cool. Maybe as like a little intro to maybe the next couple story ops where, stuff's happening afterwards and, we're trying to clean up the galaxy again, make the universe whole again. Hopefully, maybe.
And they also dropped that big hint in there. Well, not hint. She basically said she has this strong feeling that the Empress is still alive. And she was just basically like, well, I'm going to go ahead and start getting things into order, even though I know when the Empress comes and pushes me out of her way, she's going to, lay the law down and get things really solid back into place. So it was kind of like, it was a big hint that we might actually see the Empress.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would say, I know you just mentioned story apps, but I'm not sure if they're going to use story apps to tell that particular story. I have a feeling they're going to actually have a full-on story mission.
That would be nice.
To kind of cap things off. Because the story apps are a lot of fun, but they feel like very tight little stories. They don't really tie in all sorts of overarching themes.
How about this? Maybe you build it up, we have these side stories with the story apps. Maybe the last one starts to build up to Lenore's return, and then, bonus for you guys we haven't even told you about. Boom, new final story mission. Big, giant, like 2-parter, just like the Heliophage, where you're putting the universe together. You're, working with Phoebe to reverse the portal technology. You're working with these guys over here to drive the last of the Varelsi back, and then at the end, the universe freaking unveils itself, and you get a nice big long cutscene at the end.
Hopefully that same anime art style that was done with the intro, because that was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think we're on to something, and I don't think it'd be one story. I think it'd be probably like a 3-set.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Like you were saying, like in one story, you're over here getting some of the Varelsi off something you need. Phoebe's in a whole story protecting her, getting that reverse engineering going for the portals, and then it all comes together with the Empress coming back. Yeah, and just
you could have like 2 factions working together here, 2 over there, 1 over here, and then
that'd be sweet.
And then once you've cleared them all, maybe like one last big Heliophage type mission at the very end.
And keep it themed, like you said, if there's Galt and the team over here, you can only pick these 5 characters for that mission.
That would be awesome.
Because once again, it goes back to a long time ago. We were talking about force people to play different characters. Because some people never want to step out of their bubble, their 2 or 3 favorites.
Yeah.
And this would force you to play some new characters and go, oh, actually, this person's not that bad.
Maybe just have them unlocked, if you still have them locked, have them unlocked specifically in those missions where, you can only use these 5, so they're all unlocked for you. And maybe obviously give you some rewards. Beat it with Galt, beat it with Marquis, beat it with whoever else, to incentivize you even further to, I played through the story already, but I'll get a cool skin, I'll get a cool taunt, I'll get a commander pack, I'll get a title, whatever it is, if I beat it with every single one of them.
Be amazing.
Yeah, it definitely would.
And I really think that's something they got in store. There's no way they would wrap up with just the story ops and never completing the story, or at least leaving us off in a better spot.
They show that everyone's like, hey, we beat Rendane, but they're still fighting Varelsi and stuff, and you still don't know what's going to happen.
Whether we're going to make it out.
How to unveil the universe or whatever, yeah.
And this is the last solar system, and it's like a few planets. I mean, they still really haven't even said, like, who's still alive, who's not. Like, Toby's friendship raid, the Lion Seal appears. Well, who the hell was he? Where did he come from? Like, how many civilians and or other entities are there still roaming around this one solar system? That's something I'd love to know, too. I mean, a lot of unanswered questions that Randy Varnell has in his brain and needs to get put onto paper and then put into the video game.
Yes, definitely agree. More lore, more story. Just eat that stuff up.
All day long.
But then wrapping up the battle plan, the last thing they said was just, we said it already, we're taking the week off, basically, because they're taking the week off. No battle plan next week. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the U.S.
So in a nutshell, they said, a happy Thanksgiving, have a wonderful time with your friends, family, etc. For those of you who do not participate in this holiday, hey, still have a wonderful time, and Gearbox will catch you the week after, which is December 1st, and we'll also be back reporting news from Gearbox as always.
Yeah, we'll be back around the same time that those guys are. And, I wouldn't put it past them to just, if they had some kind of, oh, hey, one last person at the office, Janitor Joe, hey, flip the switch, make it a double credits weekend, because I don't think that would be something too hard. Even if everyone's off and there's no big news, just, hey, guys who are still around playing on the holiday, blip, here's a little bonus for you. I wouldn't put it past them.
Mayhaps, maybe we'll see. Time will tell, Mr. Matt. But that's it for the battle plan, right?
That's it. That's all we got. All we got next up is the mailbag.
Oh, snap.
Now, last week, we put Howard's question aside because you hadn't played Battleborn Tap, and he really wanted to know what we thought about it.
He was super excited to know about Battleborn Tap.
So I was like, yeah, we're definitely going to answer that question this week. Hey, Eric, during lunch when we were planning out the show, did you play that Battleborn Tap? And what did you say to me?
Nope.
Sorry, Howard. You'll probably have to wait another week on that.
One more week. This time, I'm for realsies.
Don't trust Eric. Never trust an Eric. But luckily, we do have a question from our buddy Sean Hegarty. He sent it to us on Facebook. He's also at 10K Beers on Twitter, one of our longtime fans. And he has a request of us and a question. He says, hey guys, big fan of the show. Keep up the great insight and humor. Hey, no problem. We're awesome.
Oh, shucks.
I, like you, have been loving the story ops that have been released so far. The first one focused on Atticus and the second on Toby. Is there any hint yet as to who will be featured in the next one? Well, I'm not entirely sure who it's focused on next, but I believe it was back in September when Randy Varnell revealed the titles of the remaining 3 story ops. There was Oscar Mike's Battle School, Montana and the Demon Bear, and Heart of Ekinar, which featured Phoebe. Now, I'm not entirely sure which of those was coming first. I believe it was Oscar Mike's Battle School, but I don't exactly remember.
I want to say it's Oscar Mike's. I'm not 100% on that, but I feel like somewhere along the lines, Oscar Mike's was going to be before Phoebe's. Because I remember being sad.
Yeah, because I think you were saying, oh, gee, well, the next one's going to be your buddy, Oscar Mike. And I was like, I had never seen any confirmation of that, but usually when you say something, you're not totally just making crap up out of the wind.
Yeah, and I'm looking at another one of their older posts, and it says DLC 3 through 5 will be story operations coming later this winter, etc., etc. So they didn't give a specific order, but I feel like somewhere along the lines he did mention something, and Oscar Mike was one he mentioned before Phoebe's. So we're going to say Oscar Mike's is going to be the next one. Money on it.
But just like with the other ones, like with this last one, it was kind of Raina and Toby running the show, but you had Phoebe in there, you had Isaac in there, you had Pendles in there. So if Oscar Mike's running the show, who knows who's going to be in this? It could be, all kinds of different characters. I mean, who needs to go to battle school? Everybody does.
Oh, you know what? That's what it was, Matt. It is going to be Oscar Mike's because he showed the teaser picture of Oscar Mike's, the next one in the last Battleplan.
Did he? I don't remember that at all.
It was a streamer Battleplan. You know what? I can't remember so much crap, but it was a picture of Oscar Mike standing there. I don't know, whatever, some kind of simulation like thing.
Okay.
And I made the comment to you, and you said, "Oh, darber."
That sounds like me. That's about right.
It's usually what I hear. Yeah.
No, well, I know that.
Anywho's, I'm 100% certain it is Oscar Mike's. He's the next one up. There was a teaser image of him somewhere along the lines last week.
Okay,
so
cool.
That's your answer. Oscar Mike's for sure. If it's not, I'll give you $5,000.
I really hope it's not Oscar Mike's Battle School. I really hope it's Montana and the Demon Bear then.
Well, you've already established we can't trust Eric, so it doesn't matter.
Damn it. You would just go back on a bet.
Well, no, duh. I don't owe you nothing.
Anyway, so the second half of Sean's message reads, "Also, I've been trying to complete my collection of skins from Atticus, and I'm really struggling with El Dragon. I use all of the characters, but he seems to be the one I have the most difficulty using. How about a deep dive on El Dragon to maybe share some of your advice for the character?" So, there you go, Sean. It's official now. Boom. After the deep dive that drops next week when we're not here, our next deep dive will be on El Dragon. Doing that just for you, buddy.
You're welcome. God bless. We will have it up there. And you can also PM, I'm sure, Matt, if you want a little bit of help beforehand, if you're actually trying to finish something up real quick. I'm sure he can give you a pointer or two.
Yeah, definitely my next time through Toby's Friendship Raid, I'll try it with El Dragon just to kind of refresh my brain. It's been a little while since I've played him, but I did go through and cheese Thrall Rebellion with him back in the days when it was still cheesable. So I'll definitely freshen up, and if anybody's got any questions or any feedback for us, send us some love. You can email us at info@thirdshift.me. We're on Twitter as ThirdShiftMe, that's ThirdShiftME, and we're on Facebook under Third Shift.
Hey, and speaking of all that good stuff, we also, as we've said before, set up a Patreon. So if you guys liked what you heard this week, any other week, feel free to throw us a tip. Like we said, we're using it as a tip jar. So no big deal whether you do or don't. We love questions. We love feedback. We love tips. It's all amazing to us.
Definitely all good. As usual, this podcast normally drops every Friday, but we're taking next week off. So we'll see you guys again on December 2nd for our next full episode. Of course, you can find the podcast on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Podomatic. We upload to YouTube. We're on Google Play Music. We're pretty much anywhere you guys want us to be. And if you like what we do, please give us a like or a follow or a subscription on any one of those platforms that you choose. We really appreciate it.
We sure do, and we appreciate you guys as well. As we say every week, without you, it's nothing.
Yep.
There'd be no reason to keep on going except to just listen to our voices, which I wouldn't be opposed to doing.
I like my voice. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, the fact that some of you out there listen and get a little something out of it, that makes our day.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate all of you out there. We can't wait to hear from you, play with you guys all in the coming weeks. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the week, even if you don't participate in Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And we look forward to chatting with you guys again next time.
Yes, indeed.
Until then, don't
forget to save.
Shut up and sit down.